Yo, welcome. Excited for this. Welcome to another edition of Breakpoint Now. My name is Isaac Gordon. I am an artist, manager, and talent agent. This is season 2 of our little pandemic podcast, and I am excited to get my first one in the books. For those of you just now finding out about Breakpoint Booking, we are a Black-owned boutique booking agency repping a wide variety of music genres, both breaking and well-known. We also work in comedy. We're brand new, we're growing, and we're looking forward to getting back to doing some work now that things are opening up and we're seeing a light at the end of the pandemic tunnel, I should say. For more information, please visit us online at breakpointbooking.com. Today, we have an awesome, talented photographer, art director, creative director, and friend joining us. Going by the name of Pretty Rad Reg. I'm going to introduce him again. Creative director, art director, photographer. Let me bring him in here. What's going on, Reg?
Hey, how's it going?
Going well, man. Going well. Good to see you, man. It's been too long with me bouncing around the country, and I miss you, man.
All right, miss you too, man. It's been a long time since we've hung out.
A long time. And for those that don't know, just some background. Reggie and I met a long time ago, back when I was really getting started in the music industry, working with my management company, Monster Entertainment, out of Philadelphia. I was managing artists like Mike Voss and The Quell Source and Melissa Cox and Revolution, I Love You. And Reggie and I went to Dewey Beach Music Conference together, which was a fun time, many memories. Reggie's a staple of the Philadelphia music community. We've been to the Tri-State Indie Awards together. And one of the things I like to say about Reggie in terms of his photography and his art is that he is one of the best that I've ever seen in terms of low lighting and live shots. He is just like an editing master. So, I mean, you could be in a pitch black room on the mic and he is going to capture that moment and make it look, the best it could possibly look. So, he's local to Philly. He's a Philly staple, and he's done local artists in Philly and around that area, and he's also done some world-renowned artists. So, again, Reggie, thank you for joining us, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on.
Thank you for having me. It's a real honor.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So, got the beginning questions, the basics. Let's talk a little bit about how you got into photography, man. Tell me a little bit about that.
Let's see. Photography. I mean, I got into photography. Shooting weddings. That's how I learned how to use the camera. But I did not enjoy weddings. It just wasn't very fun.
I'm sure a lot of wedding day drama that you witnessed.
None that I had to deal with really, because I was like a second shooter. I did like mostly secondary stuff. I was never the lead photographer. That was more stress than I ever wanted.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
So I went to an art show one night in the city. It was one of the Philly Raw shows back when those were still happening. And I brought my camera and I started taking pictures of the acts on stage and, the people and all the artists. And I found out I was like pretty good at it. And so I took a picture of this guy. He had a top hat and this crazy mustache, and turned out to be, he was the lead singer for a band, The Great Socio in Philly. So,
remember them well.
So I, talked to him, and then he told me, his band was doing a show in Jersey, over in Mount Holly, not far from, where I'm at. And so I said, all right, I'll come through. And I went. It was my first time at Hebe Music, which was a great little indie music spot in South Jersey. And I shot their show there, and it was like my first concert. first live performance really like that I shot in a venue, and I killed it. And since like they loved it, they invited me out to Bethlehem, do another one. I killed it there. And then after that, it was just like they brought me and introduced me to the South Street music scene. And after that, like I got to know all the bands and stuff, and I became one of the best people just in the city at that point in the music scene, just shooting, shooting rock shows and shooting rap shows, just from little venues like Dobbs and you know, uh, what was it, North Star Bar, you
Ah,
know,
bringing back memories.
then up to bigger events like the TLA, and I think the only place I haven't shot in the city is maybe the Met and Wells Fargo. But I mean, I've
Your
shot
list.
I've shot little hole in the wall places up to big arenas. So, but that was how I got my start in music, was just shooting whatever and just talking with artists and really just vibing with the music. If I liked what I was hearing, I liked your performance, I would try to capture that. So I would I would try to just give like that same energy you were giving off on stage. I'd try to capture it. And it served me pretty well. Like it took me, from just doing it like part time as a hobby to doing it full time to going on tour to, you know, art direction, creative direction, just yeah, like it opened a lot of doors for me, like doors that I never would have thought would open just by, taking pictures. So
That's beautiful, man. I had no idea that it kind of all started with the great Socio, man. What a flashback that is. I remember working with those guys as well. Really, really super cool band.
yeah.
Super talented, man. It's just God, that's funny to think that it started all then. What was the first thing you shot at the TLA? I'm out of curiosity.
I want to say if it's either between, it was either a Great Socio show or I was with Astronauts Really Fly. They were like a hip hop slash rock band
Yeah.
at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been so long.
Good stuff, man. I got a bunch of questions to ask you. I mean, the biggest thing is it's been so long since you and I have really chatted. And since I lived in Philly, I mean, what's been going on? It's been, God, I can't think. I know I left Philly in 2014. So, I mean, catch me up. What's been going on? I know.
Like with me?
Yeah, in general, like what have you been doing? Just kind of give me kind of like I don't know. I mean, obviously you kind of gave me some background. You've been shooting all around Philadelphia, but um, one thing I want to bring up, and it was a bit of a health scare there a couple years ago. Scared the hell out of me, man. Are you doing okay? And kind of tell us maybe a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, I feel like when COVID came around, it was like a flashback
I bet.
because like the symptoms that everyone was experiencing, like that's kind of what I was dealing with back in 2015. Um, I must have picked up some kind of bug somewhere, shook the wrong hand or something. I was working really hard. I had shot two back-to-back shows. Like enclosed spaces, thousands of people, all breathing the same air. Not nobody's wearing masks in those days. And I want to say it was Friday night. I had shot Currency at the TLA.
Mhm.
Saturday night, I shot George Clinton at it was Midnight Mosaic and George Clinton at Starland Ballroom.
Mm.
And both of those, I mean, it was like thousands of people both nights.
It was.
And I'm just in there circulating. So Friday night I was fine. Saturday night I kind of had a little cough. I chalked it up as like a cold or something. And then Friday night, I mean, no, I'm sorry, Sunday morning, like I wake up and I have like 100-degree fever, like 104 or close to it. And then I just kept getting worse and worse. And I was just self-medicating and trying to treat it. And then by Wednesday, I was like, I gotta go to urgent care. So I went, and they're like, all right, you gotta go to the ER. And then that's like the last thing I remembered. So that was December 9th or so. Yeah, December 9th. And when I woke up, it was December 20th.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My goodness, man. I mean, just I remember that time frame, and you had the whole city on shook. I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, a lot of people not only know you as a friend, but know of your work,
Yeah.
and obviously care about you, dude. I mean, that was some scary stuff, man. I mean, what do you remember from waking up and like getting better? Because that's a crazy blackout period.
I remember, I remember just waking up, not quite knowing what was going on, and everyone explaining it to me, and then all the doctors and nurses, being really surprised that I was awake and talking, because they were telling me like it was really bad. And, here I am. So I,
Love it, man.
yeah, I got better. And, it's almost as if it never happened, really. But that did put a small crimp, in my momentum, because 2015 was an amazing year for me work wise.
Yeah.
Like that year I had uh, I had started working with Pelly Pelly, the legendary hip hop leather jacket company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that summer, they had called me to come shoot just do coverage for the brand at the Double XL freshman concert,
Wow.
where they were giving out custom jackets. Um, and it was a great time. Like I was backstage, you know, just I got pictures of, Tink, Vince Staples, Fetty Wap. 50 came to get because Kid was supposed to get a jacket, but as soon as he had gotten to at the time it was the Best Buy theater. I think it's like the PlayStation theater now, or Sony Music Hall. That's what it is now. But like apparently, as soon as Kid had gotten there, he got arrested for an outstanding warrant. So 50 had to get his jacket in his place. So, but yeah, shout out to John Green. He was the marketing director. He's the one that was familiar with my work and really gave me that shot. He really liked the work that I did, and he gave me a lot of opportunities. And, from covering the concert for them, I would shoot all of the new pieces, like shoot for their lookbook, do a lot of their web campaigns. So that was my entry into shooting like fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So, it went from shooting music to now I'm a fashion photographer, and you know that that was like just a really cool thing. And I was just meeting all these different people. I was traveling. I went all these different places, and then I got sick, so I had to slow down.
Yeah.
So But then, you know, more cool stuff happened after that. Like it wasn't the end of the story. So
Yeah, man. Nah, you're here talking right now. You bounce back.
yeah.
So, you know, it's you know, shout out to those who have helped you because it was well deserved, man. I mean, the stuff that you know I seen just on your come up was just next level. So it was great. It's great to hear that somebody else saw you and put you in that space. You know, it's always good to have those people that back the talent. But you know, let's talk more about Philadelphia. I know it's been a lot of, and I hate to kind of stay on a down note, but you were really, really close, and you knew Rich quick, and I
Yeah.
know he was a staple of the Philadelphia music community all the way up until you know, sadly, he left us. I just love to hear you say some words about him, man. You know, because you know, I'm following you on Facebook. You've always been a really good supporter of his. And
Yeah.
you know, I just like to hear you say some words about him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, like Rich was one of the greatest people like that I knew. Um, like I can remember a funny story. Like when like he had started painting, you know, in the last couple of years, and uh, I think the first night that he like really was painting seriously might have been, I think it was about either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I think it might have been Christmas Day, and that was my first night in the rehab facility after leaving the hospital.
Hmm.
And I was just, you know, so I was talking to him like, you know, through Facebook Messenger, and he was just telling me about just like how it was going to be okay and tell me about his painting. And we're just like keeping each other company through that. And then like his body of work, like paint wise, just exploded. Like he put out so much work. Like he painted everyone and everything. And I'm really happy that I have a Rich Quick original portrait of myself that he did for me.
Hmm.
So, you know, that's my flex right there. You know, like if you have a Rich Quick original, like that's a big deal. Um and I remember he gave that to me. It was St. Patrick's Day, and we were at Connie's Rick,
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
and yeah, he gave it to me there. Um, so, and I
Out
mean,
of the
like,
blue, just came up to you and handed it to you. Or?
no, he was doing like a small art show, like kind of just doing a small exhibit. I think he was selling some prints, and he was just like, "Hey, like I painted this for you," like, and cause he knew I'd be there because we were always in the same places.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a really good time to. I really appreciate it. I have it hanging up on a wall in my house. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's one of my favorite pieces of my art collection that I've been building. Um,
Of course.
and I don't know, like we did an art show together. Uh, you know, that was a good time. It was me, him, Jimmy G, uh, Mikey Eyes, and Spec 27, and man, that was just such a great time. Like, we wanted to do more art shows, and unfortunately, we just haven't. Well, we didn't get the chance to do it. Um, but yeah, Rich was just a great guy. Like he was like he used to call himself like the everywhere man, and like he really like it was true
Yeah.
because um at I believe in 2016, I want to say, like he had toured the UK a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
um, and in 2016 I had gone over to London with another artist. I had spent about 10 days out there, And
Don't tell me running the Rich.
no, I didn't run into Rich directly,
Sorry, that's
but I was in. I'll never forget it. I was in a bar called the Silver Bullet. It was in Finsbury Park, and I go to use the bathroom, and in the bathroom is one of his stickers. And I mean, these stickers, like, you see them everywhere in Philly, but to be all the way in London and to just see that he had been here and put up a sticker was just it was just crazy. It was one of my favorite you know stories to tell about that.
that's that work ethic, man. He had a killer work ethic, man. Just
Yeah,
a hard worker, a blue collar rapper. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up. And people today need to take note for real because that's how it's got to be done.
yeah, definitely.
I did, I get so excited with these interviews, especially when I interview friends. I completely forgot to mention our sponsor, so I'm just gonna insert them in here real quick. Artistrewards.com. Please check them out. The plugs, earbuds, gettheplugs.com, and then of course Hunger Aid, feeding the hungry, hunger.aid.org. Make sure to check out those wonderful organizations. Uh, Reggie, you've taken some pictures of some of the artists that we work with here at Breakpoint. I know, obviously, I've seen you do some beautiful shots of Mike Voss.
Mm,
You also got Benny the Butcher, who Vice in our office has booked. One of the first to book him. Sky Zoo, also another Vice client, and Fred the Godson, also on the. Tell us about some of those shots. Where'd you get Benny at?
like I'd been hearing about. I'd always hear about West Side Gun and Conway the Machine and Benny the Butcher, and like I was hearing about them from my homie Nex, and he'd been telling me about them since I don't know, maybe like 2016, 2017. And so I think I don't even remember. Oh, the first show was a friend of mine, Screw Tape. So
Oh, screw tape.
Screw,
Yeah.
he had an acquaintance with them, and I guess he was opening for them at a show at Voltage.
Okay.
And so, I was shooting for Screw, and I'm doing what I do. I'm backstage in the cut, just really documenting the atmosphere, like the vibe, not being in anyone's face or being Joe, like, hey, can I get a picture? It's just really just like a fly on the wall, taking photos, just being in that moment. And, that night it was Benny and Conway, and that was my first time like really seeing them and hearing their music and watching them perform, and it was great, man. Like I got some great shots out of it. Then like every time they came to Philly after that, like it was just, it was like, hey, you gonna be there? Cool. Like they liked having me around. And got some really I created some really great work out of it. And for them, like for two guys, well, when West Side Gun comes, like when all three of them are here, when all the Griselda guys are there, they bring like just the amount of the people that come through to see them, it's wild. Like one of the very last times I saw Fred the Godson was backstage at a Benny the Butcher show.
Mm.
And I have a photo of him and just everyone. It's just like I didn't know that was gonna be the last time I took a picture of him, but
Yeah.
that's how COVID goes. But uh, yeah, I've done a lot. Just yeah, when they come through Philly. It's always a good time.
This is probably a loaded question. I don't even know if you'll be able to answer it. I mean, do you have a favorite shot? Do you have a favorite like event that you've been through? Like, I mean, give me something that's like, I remember this. This is like what stands out the most about my young career so far. Give me something like that.
I want to say maybe one of the most, I'll say two of the most impactful, events of like my career, like as far as live performances go. The first one would be AllStar Weekend. It was an AllStar Weekend finale concert at Webster Hall, when AllStar Weekend was in New York. So I was like 2015. That whole weekend was just packed weekend for me. Like the day before, I had shot a day party. And that was like for Peli Peli. So I'd shot their day party and Hip Hop Weekly. Then in the next day, it was a Sunday, they had the concert at Webster Hall, and it was Meek, Snooty Wild, what's his name? Yo Gotti, T.I. was there, Troy Ave. Like, it was,
my goodness,
Fab, Jeezy, DJ Clue. Like, it was,
my goodness, yeah.
like, Nicki showed up. It was crazy. It was just an amazing experience because, it was like I had no plans to be there, and a friend of mine called me and is like, "Hey, listen, this is where you need to be tonight. I'm going to come get you." And we got there, and they just let me loose and do my thing, and I think two of my pictures of Meek that from that show, he saw them and he reposted. My name was on it. It wasn't cut out. I had like the most liked photo I've ever had, on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big deal. That was a big moment for me. And then I guess, what was the other one? Oh man, no, I forgot. It was All-Star Weekend. Oh, okay. At All-Star Weekend, then when I'd gone to South by Southwest. South by Southwest, it was, shout out to Birch. He put on this showcase. I think him and Graf. It was called Painkillers Reloaded. And I mean, it was 827 performed. And that was when, they were really hot at that moment. Manolo Rose was there. Who else, man? Young M.A. Uni G, P&B Rock. Like, it was just everyone that was hot, like in that moment, like, or that was on the come up, was on that stage. And, I was there just right in the mix, just, capturing all of that. And so that was one of my, greatest times as far as like not just one particular performer, but to have so many different popular people, like people that were bubbling, like to just have in one experience. So,
you have any crazy stories that you won't get in trouble for telling? If not, no worries. I just
Yeah,
gotta.
you know, I don't. It's I got a lot of stories that I don't know. I just they're they're for for not for broadcasting.
That's all right. No, I always gotta ask. Always gotta ask. So tell me, who are you listening to? What's in the? Almost said what's in the tape deck now. That's how old I am. What are you listening to right now?
Uh,
What's on your Spotify playlist?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's I just have not been listening to a lot of new music lately, or like I've just been and anything like I have been listening to, it's been stuff from the UK. Just been playing like old two step, old garage, like just just I mean I guess I'm just some of the newer stuff like Georgia Smith, like some of her new stuff, like but I'm just I spent so much time having to be on top of everything new that for work that since the pandemic, like I've had to slow down and not be so out and about anymore. And there aren't any shows happening. Like I've just taken the time to listen to other things and just not be, you know, just trying to listen to everything that's super hot and super new.
Mm-hmm.
I sound washed, but that's just what it is.
No, I mean you took the downtime. I mean it's a different world right now. So it
Yeah.
sounds like you're just taking advantage of it a little bit.
Yeah, because
Well,
I was moving I was moving nonstop for a long time, and
mm-hmm.
so now I'm just taking time like to just enjoy life a little bit and not be so pressed for what what's the next move, what's the next gig. Like just it's nice to slow down just a little bit.
All right. Well, so we talking about slowing down. What you watching on TV?
Man, Snowpiercer.
Ah, okay. The series.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I started watching the show,
How is
and
it? You like it?
it's pretty good. I enjoy it. It's
Okay. I love the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, you gotta watch the movie. It
it's
really
I got plans on seeing it. Yeah.
all right, all right. So what's next? I mean, obviously we're in the middle of a pandemic, but I did say there seems to be some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, a lot of people are talking about shows actually coming back towards the fall of this year once there's more vaccinations out there. Do you
Yeah.
have anything on the docket? Anything you want to talk about, or is it just kind of like I'll get to it when we get to it? I mean, talk to me.
Um, I think I do have to double check because I know that the last I heard it was on,
Mhm.
but I just have to check again. But one of the bands I work with heavily, Soraya, they there was a show scheduled with Joan Jett that had gotten postponed back in the fall. So I think it may be back on. I do have to check the reschedule date, but I think that's the only concert that I have on the docket. But I've been working like behind the scenes, like working on stuff just kind of with old work or just I've been trying to put together this like this photo series of DJs that I've been building throughout the years. So I'm very close to being finished. Um, there are a couple of people that I would like to get, but just with the pandemic and how things are going, it may not happen. So I may just have to save them for a part two. But that the DJ series is almost done. So I'm going to. The plan is to do a photo book and do a live exhibit.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, definitely keep us all posted on that once you find out more. So typically we have music guests on and we let them perform. Um, Obviously that won't make sense here. So what I've prepared is quick questions. I'm going to ask you a bunch of quick questions and just kind of see how you respond to them. These are the most like mundane, senseless questions. So don't worry, it's not going to be anything ridiculous. But before I get into them, what's your ultimate, like if you could, rub a bottle and Will Smith pop out and you had a whoosh, like what would be, what would it be? What's your ultimate thing as a photographer? Has that already happened? I mean,
No, nah. I mean, I've hit a lot of moments that were just that if I took the time to think about it, I'd probably freak out. But I was just like, nah, this is just what life is right now. Just deal with it. And that was when like I had gotten a phone call to come to New York and come up to Jungle City. And, they wanted me to just document a recording session. And it was for Brandy. And when she was working on, that album she just released. And it was, I wasn't quite starstruck, but, it's like, this is Brandy standing right in front of me,
sure.
And, she was really nice, really sweet. And I got some amazing photos out of those sessions that I've been holding on to, like, just for the right time. Like, I think eventually those are going to be a photo book.
Okay.
And like some of those are like definitely art gallery, like level. Like it's just, it might be some of my best work, and it's some of the work that almost no one has seen.
I love it. Okay.
So, but I mean, like it's moments like that where, because then it's like she needed a ride back to her hotel, and then she was in the back of my friend's car, and it's like, yeah, that's Brandy in the back of this Altima right now. Like it was just, it was crazy. Like it was just
Real, right?
really surreal. Like yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, shout out Doc Holiday. He's been, super instrumental in helping me get to a lot of these places and just putting together a lot of these plays. So, I definitely don't want to miss the opportunity to shout him out.
Okay. All right. Shout out has been given. All right. Let's jump into some quick questions here. Let me jump over here. I got them written down. This is probably the hardest one. I don't know. It's
Okay.
kind of unfair, but let's go quick. All right. Here we go. Drake or Kendrick?
Drake.
All right. So new Busta Rhymes, 1 out of 10.
You know what? I didn't even listen to it.
Oh, so it's a 1 right now.
I'd probably. I mean, listen, I love Busta Rhymes, but just you know what, and Stephanie was my girlfriend. Stephanie, like she's always making fun of me for, because Busta Rhymes will pop up randomly on my car playlist, on my title playlist, and she's like, "That's all you listen to," and it's not, but she'd get a kick out of that question.
Who's next out of Philly?
Man,
I don't want you to say anybody, but
listen. To be honest with you, I don't know. I've taken a step back, so I'm just not in the mix like I used to be. Like I used to know who was like the next one up, but I'm just, I'm a little removed from it at this point.
What's your favorite pasta shape?
My favorite pasta shape. That's a loaded question because they all taste the same.
I was waiting for you to say it.
All right. Shape doesn't matter. But if I had to have one, like I guess penne or ziti is my favorite one.
Mandalorian, 1 out of 10.
Uh I'll give it a 9. I enjoyed it.
Okay. The year 2020, 1 out of 10.
Man, that was you know what? I'll give it maybe a 6
Okay.
for me personally. You know,
Okay.
I was lucky enough to not be too negatively affected by it. Like I know
Mhm.
it's been bad for people that I know, and I understand that it's been awful for most people, but I can, I'm thankful that I wasn't affected too negatively by it.
I can dig it, man. Lovecraft Country, 1 out of 10.
9.5.
Okay, so you was digging some Lovecraft Country, huh? Okay.
I was.
Yeah, I love it too. I love Mandalorian too.
I
All right,
read the book too. Like,
Kanye West, 1 out of 10.
oh man, old Kanye or current Kanye?
I just said Kanye West.
I mean, he averages out to a 7, I guess.
You said the averages out.
Yeah, he averages out to like a 6.5, 7. Just
What's
because, huh?
I was gonna go to the next question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go next one.
All right. What's your favorite Haitian dish?
That'll be dirigeant and griot.
Man, I might have to look them up. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. You
Okay.
should. It's delicious.
Nah, I will. Waves in the beard, yes or no?
I mean, I'm open to it. Everyone around me is telling me no, but like I might do it at least once just to say I did it.
How many pairs of shoes do you own?
That is a lot. I want to say, well, maybe like 15 to 20, maybe, of Ewings.
Okay.
33 highs. It's the most comfortable shoe.
I should have asked how many Ewings do you own?
Yeah, I mean it's the same answer. Like I stopped wearing other sneakers. Like I really only wear Ewings.
Okay, well then Jordan or LeBron?
Oh, I mean, I
I know I'm from Akron. It's okay. Just say what you feel.
listen. I like LeBron because he's just not only can he play ball, but he's also not a terrible person.
Mhm.
You know, uh, Michael Jordan just I'm never gonna meet him, so I don't care. Uh, just I've heard enough stories about him that like, wow, that guy just sucks. Like as good as he is at playing ball, like he's the exact opposite of being a good person. So
All right. Last one. Tales from the Hood or the movie Us?
Tales from the Hood, hands down.
Hands down. Okay.
Yeah, it was ambitious, but it just wasn't there.
All right. Well, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come on and join us. I wish you the best of luck, man. I'm in your corner. I'm one of those dudes that's constantly going to be just go, Reggie, go, man. I want to see you like the biggest photographer in the world. So let's work on that.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. You got anything else you want to add before we sign off here?
No, man, that's it. I mean, just thank you to everyone that's ever helped me, like, ever supported me, even if it was just liking, sharing, just telling someone about me. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I do it for y'all. I just want to make you guys proud. I want to make Willingboro proud. Willingboro, New Jersey is a small town in South Jersey, but it is filled with the most talented people. Like, just yeah, shout out Mike Zombie, shout out Critical, uh, shout out Big Rod, shout out T Dot. Um, everyone in Willingboro. And yeah, that's that.
All right, man. All right. Well, again, appreciate having you on. I'm going to go
Appreciate
ahead and
it.
sign us out. I'll let you go, man. Again, thank you, and can't wait to have you back on to talk more about about the future. Maybe it'll be something else we can talk about, outside of branding, but I'm looking forward to it. Cool. All right, Pep.
All right. Later.
All right. So again, just want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, artistrewards.com, the plugs earbuds, and gettheplugs.com, and Hunger-Aid. You can get www.hunger-aid.org. That's our newest sponsor. So we put them up there on the ticker. Go check those wonderful companies out. Thank you for taking the time to listen to another episode of Breakpoint Now. Again, my name is Isaac Gordon. For more information on Breakpoint Booking, you can visit us online at www.breakpointbooking.com. Everybody stay safe. Take care. Mask up. Almost there. We're almost out of it. But stay safe, everybody.